Hey guys, Tony here. Welcome back to another home theater update video. In this one, I'm going to show you the full unboxing of these beautiful speakers you see behind me, which are the Krix MX10 Wall of Sound, as well as my 4 Symmetrix in-wall speakers for my side and rear surrounds, and all of the Atmospherics A20s, which are for the Heightened Atmos channels. Now, I'm going to show a full unboxing and installation. Sadly, I haven't powered these on yet because I still need to connect the speaker cables for these ones behind me in the server room. I'm going to use some Krix banana plugs because we all know if you use branded banana plugs, you get extra SPL. Anyway, I'm also going to show you a sneak peek of the star ceiling, which is complete. As of now, it's all done. So I need to make that video, and that's going to be coming up on the channel very soon. So make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss that video. Righto guys, there's a ton to get through, so let's get into it. So guys, let's get into the unboxing of the MX10 modular LCR and subwoofer setup. First of all, we have the LCR, which is identical for the left, center, and right speakers, featuring a 10-inch bass mid driver and a 1-inch high frequency driver, which is coupled with a proprietary Krix waveguide. They are a sensitive speaker producing 97 decibels for 2.83 volts at 1 meter going into 8 ohms. They are also front vented, being that they need to be inside a baffle wall, as it makes sense that you can't vent into a rear wall. These LCR units are solid, really well made, and ooze quality, and the finish is exceptional. The front of each of these LCR speakers is covered with an acoustic material which is designed to absorb any reflections off the back of the screen or from within the room. They measure in at 940mm high, 315mm wide, and 205mm deep, so I was able to use the existing alcove and fill in the top and the bottom to make up the appropriate space for the baffle wall. So the subwoofers are in a wider cabinet than the LCR modules, but have the same depth, featuring a 12-inch paper woofer, and the enclosure has a bass reflex down-firing vent design. They produce 92 decibels for 2.83 volts at 1 meter going into 4 ohms. And I'll be using the Krix recommendation of the Yamaha PX3 amplifier to power them. Krix have a guide on the specific settings to use on the PX3, so I'll be following that guide once I'm ready to get them connected up. They are rated to go down to 25Hz in-room response, although I have been assured that they do go lower. It's more that Krix are being conservative with their ratings. I guess I'll find out once I test them with a movie and also when I calibrate them with the Mini DSP. Now I'll switch over to the spacers. These are the first of their kind for the MX10, and I'm really pumped to be able to share these with you. A huge thank you to Michael from Krix for organising these in time for my home theatre upgrade project. I know it must have been a feat to get a product approved so quickly, and these will be a far sight better than what I was planning to use as spacer panels. So a huge thank you to Michael and everyone at Krix who made this happen. I don't have pricing details and they are not available to the public yet, but I'm told that they will be for the MX5 and MX10, so stay tuned to the Krix.com.au website or the Krix Facebook page. I'll leave links down in the description. I think you will agree that these spacer panels really finish off the wall of sound perfectly. The spacers are the same dimension as the LCR cabinets, however they are filled with acoustic material and have openings at the front of the cabinet which are covered with the acoustic material, so that any sound going through them can be absorbed. I'm just going to pause the video right there because while I was in the middle of unboxing, I got a message from Michael from Krix, and he told me that there was an envelope in one of the boxes, and I told him that I hadn't seen it, so I thought I'd grab my camera and record my reaction, but silly me, I forgot to turn on the camera, so that's why I'm narrating over this footage. Now, inside the envelope was a message from Scott Krix, who is the founder of Krix Loudspeakers, and it was just an encouraging message which really made my day, and it will make a cool story that I can tell people in the future. So I'd like to say thank you to Michael and to Scott for his kind words, and let's get on with the video. Next I will show the Symmetrix, which are a sealed in-wall speaker for side and rear surrounds and can shallow mount into 80mm. As you can see, I had to place them where I did, which is a little further in than I would have liked, because behind this wall is a bathroom and there are pipes running everywhere. Thankfully my electricians were able to cut the holes carefully for me, although to get them through the double sheeted wall I had to make some additional cuts. I used a cutting blade to do so very carefully so I could get the cleanest cut possible. After some modifications they went in really easily and are nice and secure on the walls. The Symmetrics are an LCR speaker which were recommended to me by Michael from Crix to provide a great surround sound option to match the sound from the MX-10s. The Atmospherics A20s were the most difficult installation during this upgrade project. This was largely due to the fact that I had already cut holes in my bulkhead for my previous Klipsch CDT 2650C version 2s, which were much more shallow and smaller. I had to spend quite a bit of time cutting the holes and making adjustments because there were beams and power running everywhere, and 3 of the holes needed to shift the speakers slightly and 1 needed a completely new hole cut as there was a big beam running down the length of the room. My friend John will be here later in the week to patch them up for me. I have cut the patch already, but I'm after a really clean job, so John will be here to patch these for me. The Atmospherics A20 is a very impressive speaker. It's big and has the woofer and the tweeter both on an angle so that you can point them both to the seated position. They are both sealed and have a deep box, which is why installing these were a bit of a challenge. And the wife was none too happy about the mess I made when I was cutting these holes. So 5 out of 6 of them are in, and the final one is to be done on the weekend when I can finally turn them on and test everything out. So before I finish off the video, I will give you a sneak peek of the star ceiling. As you can see, it's fully assembled and works really well, with everything working better than I had hoped for. I won't go into too much detail now as it's going to be in the star ceiling video, which is coming in a week or two. It's taking quite a bit of time to edit, so please bear with me while I'm making it. A full guide will be on my Patreon, but the video will also share every single detail that I captured during the making of these panels. Righto guys, let me know what you think in the comment section down below of these beautiful speakers you see behind me, which are the Crix MX-10s, as well as the in-ceiling and surround speakers, which will make up a 7.2.6 system. I'd really like to give a huge thank you to Michael from Crix, especially for helping me out along the journey, helping me design this room and getting the layout. He has been amazing in helping me make the compromises that I needed to get the room to where it is now and where it will be in the future. I'd also like to give Mick from Hi-Fi Sydney in Mona Vale a huge thank you and shout out because he's the one that got me all of the gear behind me. If you're in Sydney and you need anything hi-fi and home theatre related, Mick is your man. I've left links in the description down below. I will go through another video showing what's going to be driving all these speakers because at the moment I haven't connected everything up. That's why I couldn't do any sound demos. There will be a sound test in an upcoming video, so make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss that. I also will be doing my star ceiling video very soon. I did that in parallel with getting the room set up and with setting up these speakers. So I have all of the footage, I just need to cut it into a video. I know there's a lot of interest around seeing how I made this magnetic paneled star ceiling. So again, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss anything. If you're interested in joining into the ever-growing community I have on my Discord server, there are links down below for that. It's an online chat program if you're not familiar with Discord, so make sure you check the link down below if you're interested in becoming a member. I also have a Patreon and a merch store if you'd like to support the channel that way. Links are also in the description down below. However, that's it for this one. You'll catch me in the next one. Bye for now.